Hello everyone, welcome back. It is Flavour Friday and today I am going to be showing you how to make some vegetable pakoras. I'm very excited to show you this dish. It is scrumptious, and if you love our videos then please hit the subscribe button and make sure that you hit that little bell as well so you get notified every time we've got a video coming out. Right, so our vegetable pakoras. This is a very popular starter in Indian cuisine. It is a deep fried dish, so we've got a couple of different vegetables that we'll be preparing, and then we're going to mix it with a special flour to make a sort of batter. These are super tasty, super delicious, but it's actually very simple to do. So I hope you're able to try this at home. So we're going to start by preparing our vegetables. I've got some onion, some potatoes, some cauliflower, and then some chili and fresh coriander. I'm going to finely slice everything so that it can mix together really nicely. So every single bite, you're getting all of those different ingredients. So onion first, and using our wonderful School of Rock cleaver, making some very fine slices. Next, we want to prepare our cauliflower. I'm just going to shred this as finely as I can. You can add any vegetables to this. It's really not specific to just potatoes or cauliflower. You could use eggplant or carrot, anything you like. Be creative. Right, so with our potatoes, I am going to peel them and then grate them. You could chop them very finely, just like we've done with our onions, but using a box grater is going to be a little bit easier. And you'll notice that I've got a bowl of water as well. I'm going to put the potato straight into the water. That will stop it from turning brown. And you'll be able to keep a bit more of that bright white color. So you might end up with a bit of a more aesthetically pleasing looking pakora at the end. Now, another thing about this dish that you might find, it depends on the consistency that you're looking for. So some have more of a rich batter. I'm going to try and make mine a little bit drier. So we don't want to put too much moisture into it. So once it goes into that water, I will take it back out and dry it. And then we shouldn't need to add in too much extra water to our dish. It should just naturally come together. And then we'll pop that straight into the water, like so. Cauliflower, onion, potato is grated and just sitting in some cold water. So now I've got some fresh coriander. You can use the stalks and the leaves for this. I'm not going to chop it crazy fine, but just enough that it can blend through with the other ingredients. And then I've also got some chili. Now you can adjust this to make it as spicy or as mild as you like. I've got some long chilies, which are generally a little less spicy. So I'm gonna add a red and a green because I just love it. I just love that spice. So just chop them down the center and then across, not too fine again, so you should get those nice bites of spice. And now I'll add in a couple of teaspoons of finely chopped garlic and ginger. That will give it that bite of freshness as well. Now, we'll move on to the spices. Now, I've got 4 different spices that I'll be using today. I've got some garam masala, which will give that almost sweetness. It's a fantastic blend of different spices. So I'll put in about 1.5 teaspoons. Some turmeric, that will also give it that brightness of color. Some red chili powder, not too much because we do have those fresh chilies as well. And then I've got some cumin seeds, so you'll get those pops of spice with the cumin. I'm gonna put about 2 teaspoons of that in. Now, let's drain out our potato and then we'll give it a really great mix. And then I'm gonna talk to you about the flour that we'll be using. We're just going to remove our grated potato and just lay it out on our clean tea towel. And remember that having that little bit of excess water is what we need. So don't worry about drying it too meticulously. So that potato is perfect now. I'm gonna add it into the rest of my mix. And we are making a lot of pakora today. Now that I've got all my ingredients ready, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. This is going to season, and then it will also draw out any extra moisture. That again will help to make the base of our pakora. And let it fall through your fingers. All those onion pieces will start to come apart, sprinkle in. Probably gonna make a mess, but we're home cooking, so it's all good. Right, so everything's mixed in, all those beautiful spices, and now our flour. So we're using gram flour or besan, which is a ground chickpea flour. It is a beautiful flavor and also going to create the batter or the mix for our pakoras. So I'm just going to add about 150 grams. You will have to just base it on how much you've ended up with. I think potatoes are a little bit sneaky sometimes, you always end up with a bit more than you anticipate. So you might need to add a little bit more flour or a little bit more water, but we'll just check. And I'm using my sieve because you can get some kind of lumpy bits in there, so it'll just help to create a smoother batter. And then we'll just give it a really good mix and then check what our consistency is like. Get my hands in there. It should stick together nicely. Oh, it smells delicious already. It's looking good. Then I think I might need to add in just a little bit more flour after I wash my hands. Okay, so I've added about another 100 grams of flour. You've really got to test what your mix is like. I'm quite happy with that now. It's sticking together and I can get a good handful without it completely falling apart. These little bits of onion that will be sprawling out are all part of the charm. Now I'm gonna give my hands a good wash and then I want to make a nice cooling dipping sauce for our pakoras. So we're going to create a cooling dipping sauce to go with our pakora. I've got some natural yogurt and some coriander, some ginger, some garlic, some lemon juice. I've got some tamarind sauce and some sugar and salt. So I'm just going to start by giving it a squeeze of lemon juice. So that's that acid element, and about a teaspoon of tamarind sauce. So it should really cut through anything that's fried. You want something to kind of cut through that richness. And depending on how spicy those chilies ended up being, we might need something to just cool it down a wee bit anyway. And then I'm gonna add a generous pinch of salt, about a teaspoon of sugar. You can use any sweetener you like or opt it out, whatever you prefer. Also going to add in about half a tablespoon of the ginger and the garlic, just to give it that bite of freshness. And then we'll add in some freshness of our coriander. Now, as I said before, I wasn't going to go crazy with how finely I wanted to chop it, but I am going to get crazy with this. So as finely as you can, chopping out coriander. And once you get it to a bunch like this, if you've got a food processor, you could use something like that. But if you just keep on working back and forth, and the more you chop it, the more moisture will tend to draw out of the coriander, so it will help to bleed into the yogurt dipping and give it a bit more of a bright green color. You could also add mint to this if you preferred. Adding that coriander in. Now again, depending on your hunger for spice, I have got a green chili. I'm going to add a small amount just from the end. I love the flavor of green chili and I think it's really fresh, but I'll leave that as a very optional part of this dipping sauce. Again, chopping it nice and fine. Okay, give it a good mix. It's got that sweetness, it's got the saltiness. I think that would be perfect to go with our pakoras. Right, so I have got some vegetable oil. It is on a medium heat. A good way to check if your oil is hot enough is to just add a little bit of your onion in. If it pops down to the bottom and then floats straight back up, then you are at a good heat. Okay, so our mixture, it will continue to release moisture from the onion. So really, I would suggest try and refrain from adding more moisture at the beginning because it does just keep on getting more and more moisture added to it. So I'm going to take a small handful. You don't want them too big and you want them to be able to cook all the way through. And very gently dropping it into the oil. I'm going to start by doing about 3. You don't want to overcrowd that pan too much. And just be very, very gentle. Obviously, it's hot oil. You don't want to get your hand too close to it, and you also don't want to drop it from a height and splash yourself. So just give them a gentle tap, make sure that they're not sticking to the bottom. Oh, and already that is looking sensational. It's really coloring nicely. And then you can just gently turn them over, make sure that they're cooking evenly on all sides. And I think that one is ready. It looks so gnarly and golden and delicious. I'm going to put it straight onto the paper and just keep cooking away until we've got a little pakora feast. All right, so our pakoras have all been fried. They look so good. I can't wait to try them. I've also got some fresh curry leaves. This is a fantastic, fragrant, beautiful ingredient if you can get your hands on them. I'm going to give them a quick fry. They'll get really nice and crispy, and I'm going to add it to the top of our pakora. Be careful, they can spit sometimes. Like that. Oh, they smell so good. They don't take long. Just use your spider and kind of gently push them under the oil. Oh, I love that smell. It reminds me of traveling in India many moons ago. And then once they kind of just start to get that color going, scoop them up and pop them straight into some paper towel. And what I'll also do is just give them a nice generous sprinkle of sea salt. Yum. Okay, let's plate these up. Plenty for everyone. And I'm going to give them another just little sprinkle of salt. And then our beautiful curry leaves on top. And there you have it, my version of vegetable pakoras. Okay, let's have a taste. Break it open. Oh, steamed and cooked all the way through perfectly. And I'm just gonna dive straight into this beautiful dipping sauce. So crispy on the outside, so lovely and fluffy on the inside. This is a perfect treat, a starter, and perfect go-to any time of the day. I hope you enjoyed this dish and you'll get to try it for yourself at home. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, subscribe, and if you want to make this at home, that recipe is in the link just below.